morning. It gives me immense pleasure to see all of us gathered here this morning. We heartily welcome the dignitaries on the dais, Honorable Chief Guest of the Day, Professor Abhay Pete, Dr. Vibhuti Shukla, Chair, Unit in Urban Economics and Regional Development, University of Mumbai, Dr. Rajni Gupte, Vice Chancellor, Symbiosis International University, Dr. Jyoti Chandramani, Director, Symbiosis School of Economics, and the Dean, Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, Dr. Sukalpa Chakrabarti, Deputy Director, Symbiosis School of Economics, dignitaries of the dais, and all the faculty and students of Symbiosis School of Economics who have gathered here this morning. Symbiosis School of Economics is a unique mix of talented students who come from every possible corner of India. SSE, established in 2008, today stands as one of the most prestigious institutions in the country and has become synonymous with academic excellence. SSE is a testimony to the vision of our founder and the dedication of all the faculty and students who are a part of this prestigious institution. It has become a benchmark today to measure academic, co-curricular and extracurricular excellence, as also for fostering a community which has an engaged sense of responsibility to the society.
The relentless effort of its leadership, teachers, staff and students, their constant quest for knowledge, their dedication and commitment to their purpose, together with the fervor to achieve the unachievable and break all shackles, both of the mind and those posed by the restrictive norms of the society, has undoubtedly made SSE a unique course of its own. Today, SSE is recognized as an institution of excellence that nurtures intellectual and academic pursuits, provides adequate opportunities for co-curricular and extracurricular activities, and makes for a conducive environment for overall development of the young inquisitive minds when they enter the portals of this vibrant institution. No wonder it sends out some of the brightest minds into the world who carry their education no matter where they go.
We begin with the felicitation of the dignitaries. We request the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rajni Gupte ma'am, to felicitate the Chief Guest of the Day,
SSE would like to express its appreciation and regard for our Vice Chancellor Dr. Rajni Gupte ma'am for a constant support to the institution. We request Jyoti ma'am to please felicitate her.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, may we request Dr. Jyoti Chandramani, the Director, Symbiosis School of Economics and the Dean, Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, to give her opening remarks and present the annual report of the Institute. Thank you.
Is it here?
The journey began in 2008, but the journey began a little before that. I remember our Principal Director, Dr. Vidya's son, had gone to London School of Economics, and post that she discussed about how we need to start something on those lines out here. It's begun in a very small manner, and I take this opportunity to be able to convey to you this little journey over the last 1 year. But before I do that, I'd like to even welcome our dignitaries. Professor Abhay Pethe, thank you for being here. Dr. Rajini ma'am, thank you for being here and being a moral support to us. Dr. Shukalpa, thank you for being here and with me through. We've had this vision which we are going to revisit, and we had this vision mission that we set up in a certain time, but we are going to be revisiting it soon, and we would need your inputs in going through with it. From 2008, the BSc Honours, BSc Economics has turned to the BSc Honours in 2014, and you can see that we have MSc and PhD all out here. We moved from 82 students to 450 students, and hopefully by 2017-18 it would even go up to the figure of 550 to probably 600. Pan-India support for more than 26 states and 100 cities and 8 to 10 country representatives as students in our school, and a faculty profile which is getting enhanced by the day. You could see that we have got great support from our visiting faculty also, almost 23 in number, and our full-time faculty, our adjunct faculty, our teaching assistants that are coming in and more to join, and of course our admin support. Going from here, the key differentiators and the key features of the school have been the same over the period of time. We have tried to evolve, and now this is what we are seeing. New inputs will be added from the curriculum, which is rigorous, to the interdisciplinary approach, to the projects, dissertation, economic journalism, floating credits, global immersion program. All this is what we have incorporated as characteristics of our course. The schematic framework we have seen, we move from theory and content to application, to research analysis, and of course we're going to move on, and we've gone through this before. We have two centers which are very, very active, the Quant Center and the Writing Center, and both the Quant Center has a course on economic journalism, which is a full-fledged course which students need to go through. They have to pass before they finish the graduation program, get their BSc Economic Honours and BSc Economics for those who are going to graduate this year and next year. The Quant Center, we've got a wonderful lab which has got created, and now new modules are going to be added, and in due course of time we are going to be busy with NAC, but post NAC we are going to come out with a lot of new courses, so that in this city of Pune, anything on analytics and big data, we would be able to be this R&D center and lab which would be able to create courses. Everybody, your ideas are welcome. We are working with young people. As Abhay Pethe and I, when we were sitting in the green room, we said, we take classes from our students also. So it's a two-way learning process for all of us. We've gone through this before. We have a certain schematic framework, as I said, outbounds, projects, internships. I know yesterday was one cook stove project that was happening, and some people were making the presentations, and some are going to do that today. And I think it's been a learning experience, a little bit of heartburns at times, a little bit of anxiety, but at the end of the day, I think when you students take a stock, you realize, have we learned something, have we moved forward, where are we inching towards? Where will SSE take you? And SSE has taken you through to various institutions, whether for your post-graduation, for your PhD, for your jobs, etc. There's this whole line of opportunities open for everybody. We have seen how students have been successful. In fact, what's very heartening is that the research assistant for Dr. Rajini Gupta is from SSE, Shreya is from here, and what I'm so happy is that the university has taken some of our own students, and I think the students have found, being with the Symbiosis International University and various institutions associated with that, a great learning experience. Many of them are applying for PhDs, and we are giving them their recommendation letters, but the journey has begun. They are all moving forward, and this is the line of where SSE moves, where you could go, whether it is institutions, whether it is placements, and new places. In fact, what's very nice is we have this very excellent professor at SEMHRD, Ravi Kulkarni, and he's so brilliant with quant. And I told him I want some student to work with you. So he was wondering, he says, are you sure? And then I said, okay, can I send the student to you? And he said, all right, fine. And not only is the student going to be mentored by him, but now SEMHRD is also going to accept some teaching assistants and research assistants from us, which I think is great because these MBA institutes are ranked among the top ranking institutions, and our students who will leave with the knowledge from here will be able to put it to good practice as they move ahead. Okay. We know what are our career options and where we are moving. We also have internationalization on our agenda, although this is, I must admit, an area where Symbiosis School of Economics needs to work even more hard on. We need to have even more collaborations. But in this short span, we've had students coming here, we've had students going for summer schools, and we've had students going for exchange programs. And we want to enhance this number. We want faculty to go and faculty to come, scholar in residence. The process is on, and the list of future potentials we hope are going to increase as time passes by, and we are able to give this even more focus as we move forward. One of the positive projects that have come out of this is New Urbanism, where one of our faculty is going to be working with a faculty from University of Birmingham on New Urbanism, and this project is underway. Today is a day where I get this opportunity to speak in front of you the achievements of the faculty, of the students, of the school. In fact, the school's progress is a progress of everybody out here. And therefore, I am going to put it in an order that is just, we put you students right here, but post my talk and post the chief guest speech, we are going to talk about the 40-odd recipients of awards that the students are going to win awards, and we are going to highlight their achievements. So there's a separate section for that. I haven't put a lot over here. Geet Chawla represented India and Symbiosis and School of Economics at Bhutan with his paper. Our students went to IIM Ahmedabad and left their stamp out there. Students like Atreya and Sebin and Shravana and Srijita and many more MSc students have been making paper presentations at various national level conferences. Sometimes these are even faculty conferences, and they've come back feeling very euphoric because they've got good praises for their work. And this would not have happened with the teachers mentoring them through this journey. There is Vaishak and there's Omkar, and what's very nice is Omkar's paper has even got selected for an International Economic Symposium at St. Petersburg State University, Russia, and he's going to have, his topic is on India's resurgence in the global economic order. So it's even going global in a small way, but in a positive way. Well, it's not just academics, it's also some amount of sports. Nishchay, with his performance in the squash team, Akash Kothari, representing SIU's men football team, Kalyani Saxena with her photography. Then we had the SSC boys team under the able captaincy of Sovnik Das and able mentoring of our faculty KK Roy, who won the football tournament. Economics, sports, fun. We don't want to just be called as unidirectional. We are multifaceted personalities, and it's so good that on a campus in a city you can even win the football tournament. I'm really happy to put this on record. The activities at SSC you could see span from the induction program to the inaugural lecture, but this year two special highlights happened, and that was instituting the Professor Suresh Tendulkar Memorial Lecture, and also when we were able to host the FIDC, that is Forum for India Development Cooperation, in collaboration with Research and Information System and Ministry of External Affairs, where they selected Symbiosis School of Economics, and we together put up a wonderful program and put up a wonderful consultation, and I think faculty were very busy putting this together. These were two highlights of the events that we had in this year. Besides that, I think the students work with the World Economic Forum Youth Foundation, that is the Global Shapers community, and they are looking at their contribution to their, to leadership skills, employability, and transformation of students for making an impact in society. The students even came up with their own little CSR initiative with the Kashmir Drive, and of course the Laissez-Faire, the 4th edition, that was, the 4th edition of Laissez-Faire, which was organized in January, an event where a lot of effort had gone in to make a mark, because we have even taller events happening by our institutions like SIMC and SCMS and NEEV of SEMHRD, etc. And we are inching slowly towards those benchmarks, but moving positively. Over the year, the faculty have been responsible for a lot of activities. Besides teaching, the faculty are required to prepare, make paper presentations at conferences, national, international, write research papers, attend FDP programs. So they are busy in this 52-week of a year with almost 20 weeks per semester. Whatever we can put in, we try. Of course, we always know we have to strive hard. So you can see the data right in front of you, whether attending conferences, FTPs, publications, refresher courses, a book published also by our faculty. I'm going to highlight that in the achievements as we move on. We've had great number of guest lectures from Ratan Roy, from Subir Gokan, from Somesh Mathur, and we've gone through this journey, and you've been a part of it with us over the year. The Ethnic Day, with your selfies, the Kashmir Relief Drive, a great, I think a round of applause for this lovely new lab and the initiative that's going to come in from here. We are so happy we have a 50-seater lab, and we've had IGIDR professors come and carry out experimental economics, initiatives out here. Sports, and then I come to faculty achievement. I begin with our Deputy Director, Dr. Shakalpa Chakrabarti, who has been with us since 2011, who has taken part in a number of national, international conferences, has attended a refresher course, but the highlight of today's, her achievements for this year has been her single author book being published, Revisiting Political Theory and Thought. I think she deserves a big hand for this. She's also been invited as a resource person to various conferences at the national and international level. Professor Roy, who is responsible for the football winning and for being around for people at Symbiosis. He keeps telling me, ma'am, you just tell me and I will stay back till 9 o'clock. You just have to tell me that. That itself is reassuring, because nothing can be achieved without teamwork. And this is one of the statements that I always appreciate. Ishita Ghosh and Ishita Ghoshal had been invited, had attended a QIP at IIT Kanpur, Frontier Areas in Econometrics and International Trade and Finance in December. Ishita Ghosh is also responsible for the Economica Scriptus, which comes out every year. She's the professor for economic journalism, teaching research methodology, and being involved with the Writing Center. We have Dr. Rachna Shah, who's has also had a publication this year. She takes care of the examination department, the admission process, and teaches the quant paper. And her contributions are also there, also very much recognized. And remember we had that slide about doing a project with the Birmingham professor. We have Khushbu, who's presently at IIM Shillong to present a paper. She had gone to Jamia Millia, and I think this young faculty has also moved forward. She takes care of, she's the interface for internationalization at our institution. I have talked to you about Ishita Ghoshal, who's very much an active person creating Ghoshal. I'm sorry, my apologies. I think that AL difference between Ghosh and Ghoshal, we do make these differences, but they are so similar in their interests, etc. My apologies, Ishita, for that. Ghoshal, okay, and she takes care of the fest and is known to teach macroeconomics and quant papers at the School of Economics. Anushri Paul has had this wonderful opportunity of attending a CGE modeling in Kathmandu this year, fully funded program for SAARC countries, and she even has a publication with Sage Publication this year. I think a round of applause for her for that. Shreyas, the young faculty who's just joined us this year and took up a course in development, teaching development economics to the master students. She is handling the website and takes care of a lot of development initiatives in terms of projects with Teach for India and with Janavani on gender budgeting, and in a very short span of time she has gelled very well into the organization. Abhinav Pal, I think we all like him the most in the staff room, and he's a very sporting personality. I keep saying, you know, this guy from LSR. He says, no ma'am, not from LSR, from Sri Ram College, you know. And he's there, again, fitted in very much. In fact, I told him, I said, you have to wear a blazer and come, otherwise we can't make out the difference between a student and you. But even if he wears a blazer, he looks like you. And he's this young lad from Sri Ram College and Gokhale Institute, and I think striving to make his footprints in the academic world, and I think we all need to encourage all our this young, poised faculty. Savita Kulkarni is not here today because she's gone for an examination, and since she is stood in for one of our faculty today as a senior examiner, a person who's going to work very closely on the Quant Center and establishment of the Quant Center, and very logical and simple in her manner and very well appreciated by all of us. We have Suchi Mishra, and Suchi came to Symbiosis as a JRF, a Junior Research Fellow, is a teaching associate, and we're so happy. She submitted her PhD and awaiting to be awarded one with our own Symbiosis International University Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences. I think compliment her on the fact that with the grueling schedule, she's been able to submit her PhD on the 28th of this month. She's also got some publications to her credit. Well, to take care of placements, internships, career counseling, initiatives with behavioral economics and others, we have Ashlesha Swaminathan with her industry experience, having been a part of Symbiosis College of Arts and Commerce here with us. I'd like to share this with you, Professor Abhay and Dr. Rajni, that students had this opportunity of spending 2 hours with her as a peer team, and this is where we get our inputs about the institution, whether we are on the right track, what the students feel, and where we need to improve. We get our signaling from various sources, and I thank you all for your interactions with her and for her spending time. Our own students, Madhubanti and Achal, who are now here as JRF, and JRF is Achal and teaching assistants is Madhubanti, who are here to be on this learning curve. While we are talking about faculty achievements, we have our non-teaching staff, our admin support staff who have had their own share of achievements. And in that, I think a big round of applause for Satish. Began his journey in Symbiosis this in 2008 and is a young graduate having done his BA in sociology from Yashwantrao Chauhan, Maharashtra Open University. And every time he would come and say, ma'am, I need leave because I have to study for an exam, and there was no question. I mean, we at Symbiosis have this culture of encouraging all such activities, and we were so happy that today he is a graduate. You won't get leave to study, but and amidst us today, a big round of applause for Milind Sharma, an alumni of SSE, who is with us today, who has taken this. I mean, I just rang him up. We are in touch with each other through LinkedIn, through Facebook, and we realized about his great achievements. And he's an entrepreneur in the making. I think post this event, you should speak to him and discuss whatever you would like to. And he's here, and he set up a little hyper-local grocery delivery service, Pepper Tap, with an undisclosed amount of seed funding, which is disclosed, let him share that with you, from Sequoia Capital. So here we have an entrepreneur in the making from the School of Economics. We cannot move forward without being a team. A team, the management, the staff, the faculty, the students, and together everyone achieves more. I'd like to compliment my admin staff for all the support they have given us through this journey. Patiently, I'd like to give them patiently serving us the cups of teas, patiently waiting overtime when we required it, and to the faculty, everybody. I'd really like to place on record my appreciation to everyone out here. And now the journey forward. And this journey forward, we are there. Sometimes you wonder what makes an institution very much there, and it's sometimes a journey of 50 years, 40 years, 100 years. We have not even reached double digits. But I'm sure with the support of all of you, with the talent, with the resources, with the time, we will achieve where we want to. You could set new goalposts for us. We'll be only too happy to change our goalposts each time. The years may keep moving ahead, but we are moving forward, that's for sure. And this would not happen. I looked for a photograph where everybody would be there, and this would not have happened without our visionary Dr. Mujumdar, the support of Dr. Vidya and Dr. Rajni, who have been here for us, taking us each step forward. And here, I must say, I think when I write this report, I feel a little satisfied on sometimes some days when I'm not so satisfied. In the incubation stage, I have to tell you, is our Urban Studies Research Center. In fact, Dr. Ishajaj Aluwalia was actually supposed to come on the 27th of this month to inaugurate it, but we have the NAC work and we have course completion, etc. We've deferred it to July, and this time it's going to happen. We have put things into order with the FIDC in place. Our International Economic Cooperation Center, working in close collaboration with SIIB, International Business, and SIIS, International Studies, will show how we can be very collaborative and cooperative within Symbiosis, and together we would be a force to reckon with. We have more resources to showcase and more projects to carry forward. This is where we would like to move in due course of time, but we'd like to put quality checks before we move forward. And those quality checks are there. As I said, I have told all of you, the suggestion box is there. The other day a student said, where is the suggestion box? And you pass it almost every day. So we are open to suggestions, critical ones too, to take us forward. And as I said, excellence has no limitation. It's like the horizon towards which we keep inching closer, but the goalposts keep shifting further. Before I end my talk today, I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you and take a bow. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Under your dynamic leadership and the guidance of all our faculty, we all are proud students of SSC.
We have with us today Dr. Rashni Gupte, who is the Vice Chancellor of the Symbiosis International University. A distinguished academic, she won her doctorate degree in economics from the Gokhale Institute of Economics and Politics, Pune. She has been actively involved in higher education for over 30 years, both as professor and researcher. She taught at some of the country's most highly regarded institutions, such as the Loyola College and the Gokhale Institute of Politics and Economics, Pune. She has taught at many foreign universities as well, including the Oakland University, US, University of Michigan, US, and Bremen University for Applied Sciences, Germany. Prior to joining Symbiosis, she worked in industry as finance director for over 6 years. She was appointed on the World Trade Organization cell by the government of Maharashtra. She was also a member of the International Trade Panel Confederation of the Indian Industries and Chemtech World Expo. She has served on many committees on higher education that were appointed by the UGC and other regulatory bodies.
She joined the Symbiosis International University in 1992 as the founding member of the Symbiosis Institute of Foreign Trade, which is now the Symbiosis Institute of International Business. She served as the director of the institute between 2004 and 2012. Her headship led the institute to be established as one of the top-ranking business schools in India. Dr. Gupte has also served as the Dean Faculty of Management, Dean Academics, and Pro-Vice Chancellor at Symbiosis International University. She is indeed a role model for us budding economists.
Ma'am, I request you to please.
Good morning. A warm welcome to Mr. Abhay Pete, Dr. Jyoti, and Sukalpa. It's a pleasure to be here this morning. I think listening to Jyoti, I realized that School of Economics has really worked extremely hard to reach where it is today. I recall that when we started this institute, a few of us sat down to plan what we would like to do. It was just a very rough sketch that we had at that point of time, and I'm glad to see the kind of work that this institution has been doing to reach where it is today. And I'm truly pleased, Dr. Jyoti, with the achievements of your faculty, your students, and I think the kind of activities, I recall that I came for your induction. I thought it feels as if it was just a few days ago. So I think between the induction and the annual day when you actually pass out, I think there's a lot that gets packed in with your academics, with your events, with sports, with conferences, with a host of activities that the Institute packs in for you to help you develop as completely multi-dimensional students or individuals. I think this is something that Symbiosis prides itself on. Every institute of Symbiosis, every director makes sure that he provides ample opportunities to students to develop in every possible way. I'm glad that after the university came into existence, the angle of sports has also got added, and I'm delighted that you all have won the football tournament. And I think compliments also to Mr. Satish, who's on your staff, who's completed his education. So I think that is truly encouraging for all the other people who are in the non-teaching staff too. So that's wonderful, wonderful thing. At the university, we try our best to support our institutions because that is the role that the university plays. We watch over them, we counsel them, we support them. We have the Teaching Learning Resource Center, which was created to be able to conduct faculty development programs. We insist that every faculty should do a minimum of 5 days of training every year at the TLRC and also outside, because we feel that teachers need to learn continuously. I think it's very important for teachers to be up to date in the kind of pedagogy that is required. And I think that is something that the university tries to help the institutes with in conducting teaching learning resource centers, through the TLRC, conduct FDP programs which are of interest to the faculty. As a university which has several faculties, the faculty of law, management, humanities, engineering, health sciences, computer studies, I think we have media communication and design. The domain is truly vast, and the challenge before us is to create opportunities for faculty in each of these domains. So what we have tried to do is limit the TLRC activities to more on methodologies of teaching, on pedagogy, more on developing assessment skills, and we leave the domain-specific FDPs to the specific institutions and to the deans to manage. So I think the task before us is humongous, and I'm glad that we have directors like Dr. Jyoti and many others who do a wonderful job of raising the bar every year. And I'm delighted that the progress that this institution has made, and I'm happy to tell you, Dr. Jyoti, that Shreya is the RA who's working with me. She's from School of Economics. She's done a wonderful job. She's now headed towards the US for her PhD. So I will very soon be losing her, and I hope to find a replacement with you again. So I think that's something that I would like to. Coming to the topic for today, I think there is a lot of food for thought. When I look at the global economy, I realize that post 2008-9, after the financial crisis, the world has been gradually trying to creep back to normalcy. And whether you look at Europe, if you look at US today, there's a little bit of a bright spark. It's improving. But the last 4, 5, 6 years have been difficult times. Japan has been in the doldrums for more than 2 decades. In fact, I was reading somewhere that from 1984 onwards, till maybe for the last 35 years, the average growth rate has been just 0.84%. So Japan, in spite of several pushes, including their quantitative easing, which they started way back in 2001, hasn't really been able to make much headway. Europe has again been faltering, have gone in for QE now, and with the end of the QE in the United States, and with the imminent rate hike, which everyone is talking about, I think the year 2015 will spell a lot of changes for us. We in India sitting here are watching what's happening in the rest of the world, and of course our concerns are going to be largely, which I'm sure Dr. Pete will speak about, but I would say that one of our major concerns will be the export buoyancy that we will look at. If the world does not grow at the rate at which it ought to, what will happen to our exports? Will India participate in some of the regional groupings as we go ahead, as part of the RCEP or the TPP? How will India take these steps? The world was looking very closely at our budget, and of course the budget is only a document of intentions that they want to, that they would like to, things that they would like to do. The actual doing is yet to come, and I think therefore there is a lot of things that we can look forward to in this year, a lot of hope, but I'm sure the concerns are as many. So we look forward to hearing from Mr. Pete. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words and for opening the forum for our discussion today.